Hello students, today we are going to study nature of error in chaining. The error shows the two types of nature, that is positive nature or negative nature. Now if the designated length of tape is shorter than the original length of tape, the measured length will always be greater than the actual value and error will be positive and vice versa. Suppose that the actual length between these 2 points is 30 meter. So we can just write actual length as 30 meter. Now we had purchased a tape from the market whose length is shown on the top of the tape, that is 30 meter. But due to manufacturing defect, the actual length of this tape is suppose that 29 meter, which is 1 meter shorter than the marked length of the tape. Now when we stretch this tape from the starting point, and when the tape is fully stretched, it will reach up to this point only, and at the last point the distance which is shown on the tape is 30 meter, but the actual length is 29 meter of this tape. Now we have to measure the distance up to this point, so we will stretch the tape once again, and at this point suppose that the distance which is shown on the tape is 2 meter, so the total measured length will be equals to 32 meter. That will be the measured length. So if the designated length of tape is shorter than the original length of tape, the measured length which is shown here, that is 32 meter, is always greater than the actual value, that is 30 meter, and error will be positive. Now if we want to compute the value of error, then it will be the difference of measured length and actual length. Now we will put the value of measured length as 32 meter minus actual length as 30 meter. So the nature of error will be positive, that is plus 2 meter. Now if the designated length of tape is longer than the original length of tape, then the measured length will always be smaller than the actual value and error will be negative. Okay, so I had written here vice versa. Now the nature of correction. Two types of corrections are possible, that is additive correction and subtractive correction. So I had written one note here, that is the nature of error always remains opposite to the nature of correction. It means that if the error is positive, then the correction which we need to apply here is of negative nature, which is opposite of the nature of error. But the magnitude of error and correction remains same for one measurement. It means that only nature will change, but the magnitude will remains same for one measurement. Now generally we have 6 types of correction. The first type is correction due to pull or tension. Now if the pull applied during measurement is more than the pull in which tape was standardized, the length of tape increases. Now suppose that at the time of measurement of distance between 2 points, we just apply a pull to the tape, and due to this pull P, tape will be stretched, so the length of tape will increase. Now the measured distance becomes less and correction applied is positive and vice versa. Now suppose that the pull at which the tape was standardized, it means that suppose that at the time of designing of tape we had allowed a pull of suppose that 4 kg, that will be known as P naught, that was standardized pull. Now up to 4 kg pull, tape will not undergo any change in length. But if we apply a pull of 5 kg, then because of 1 kg extra pull, there will be a change in length in the tape, so we need to apply correction for that pull. So we had written the formula as P minus P naught, that is the difference between the applied pull and the standard pull, into measured length divided by area of the tape, that is cross sectional area of the tape, and the Young's modulus of elasticity of tape. So we can say that correction due to pull or tension will be equals to P minus P naught L upon AE, and the nature is positive when the pull applied is more than the standardized pull. Now the next one is correction due to temperature change. Now if the field temperature is more than the temperature at which tape is standardized. Now suppose that the tape was standardized at 20 degrees Celsius. It means that up to 20 degrees Celsius tape will not undergo any change in length. But when we take the tape in the field where the mean temperature is supposed that 35 degrees Celsius, now the tape will undergo the change in length due to the difference between this temperature, that is 15 degrees Celsius. Now because of this extra 15 degrees Celsius temperature, there will be a change in length of the tape, so we need to apply the correction due to temperature change. So if the field temperature is more than the temperature at which tape is standardized, the length of tape increases and hence the measured distance is less, which we had already seen. Therefore the correction is additive and vice versa. Now we can just say that correction due to temperature change, we all know that its formula is equals to L alpha T minus T naught. Here T is the mean temperature at field, that is in this example 35 degrees Celsius, and T naught is the temperature at which tape is standardized, that is 20 degrees Celsius in this example. So we can compute the correction due to temperature change by this formula. That is very easy and its nature is positive. Now we can move to the next type of correction, that is correction due to slope. Now we generally want to measure the distance between 2 points, that is A, B1, but due to the inclined ground like this, that is AB, we will not be able to measure the horizontal distance AB1. So we can easily measure the distance between A and B, that is shown here by L, and we can also compute the vertical difference between A and B, which is shown here H. Now the distance measured along the slope is always greater than the horizontal distance, and hence the correction is always subtractive. Now we all know that always hypotenuse length will be more as compared to the base length. Now if we want to measure the distance AB1, then it will be equivalent to AB2 because of this arc, but we had measured the distance AB, which is shown here by L, so we need to reduce this measured length by BB2 by this distance. Okay, so we need to apply the correction in subtractive nature. Now how can we apply the correction here? Here the correction will be equals to the total measured length, that is AB, minus AB2, that will be equivalent to AB1. Okay, now we know that this angle is theta, so if this angle is theta, then we can say that AB1 will be equals to what? It will be equals to L cos theta. and AB1 is equivalent to AB2. So we will use the formula, that is correction due to slope will be equals to the value of AB is L and the value of AB2 is L cos theta. So we will take L common and the remaining value will be 1 minus cos theta. That will be one of the formula of correction due to slope. Now we can compute another formula of correction due to slope. Now suppose that this angle is 90 degree. Now this is perpendicular, this is base and this is hypotenuse. Now we know the value of perpendicular as well as hypotenuse. So by Pythagoras theorem we can easily determine the value, that is L square will be equals to H square plus AB1 square. Now for computation of value of AB1, it will be equivalent to under root of L square minus H square. So the correction due to slope will be equals to AB minus AB2 and AB2 will be equivalent to AB1. Now we had already computed the value of AB1 here, that is L minus L square minus H square, and due to under root the power will be equals to 1 by 2. Now we will use here the binomial expansion, that is by binomial expansion we can solve the value of L square minus H square to the power 1 by 2 and the value will be equals to L minus, we will take L common and it will be equals to 1 minus H square upon L square, that will be 1 by 2. So it will be equals to L minus L. By binomial expansion of this we can get value as 1 minus H square upon 2L square minus H to the power 4 upon 8L to the power 4 and so on. Now as compared to H, the value of L will be very high. So the ratio of H to the power 4 upon L to the power 4 is very less. So we can neglect this value, that is after this value we will neglect all the values. So the formula will be equivalent to CS will be equals to L minus L 1 minus H square upon 2L square. Now by solving this we will get H square upon 2L, that will be the correction due to slope. So we had computed two formulas for correction due to slope. One is H square upon 2L and the next one is L 1 minus cos theta. And the nature of both correction will be negative, because we need to subtract this reading from the measured reading so that we can compute the AB1 value, that is this value. So correction will be negative due to slope. Now the next one is correction due to wrong alignment. It means that if we want to measure the horizontal distance between these 2 points, that is AC, so we had to take a chain or tape for the measurement of this distance. But at the time of measurement, suppose that due to some mistake we can compute this distance, that is AB, instead of AC. So the value comes out as L, and the horizontal length between C and B will be equivalent to D. Now this is exactly same as correction due to slope, But correction due to slope is generally taking in vertical plane, and correction due to wrong alignment is generally taking place in horizontal plane. So we can say that the formula is exactly same. So we will directly compute the formula as correction due to wrong alignment will be equivalent to d square upon 2l. In case of correction due to slope, it will be equivalent to h square upon 2l. Here the difference between C and B will be equals to D. So the formula will be equals to D square upon 2L, and its nature is negative, because we want to measure AC and it will be equivalent to this point, that is AC1. So we need to subtract this reading due to correction due to wrong alignment. So the nature of correction is negative here. Now the next one is correction due to sag. Now if we want to measure the horizontal distance between A and B, we need to stretch a chain or tape between these 2 points, but due to self weight of chain or tape, it will undergo a shape like this, which is shown here. So the measured length will be equals to L dash instead of L, and there will be a vertical difference which is shown here by H, and we had applied a pull here, that is P. Now for the computation of actual length, we need to apply a correction due to sag, and it will be equals to L dash minus L. So here also, because of the extra distance computed between these two extremities, we need to take the correction value as negative, so that we can easily compute the actual distance between point A and point B. Now from the concept of flat parabola, we can directly use the value as correction due to sag will be equivalent to L dash minus L, and it will be equals to W square L dash cube upon 24 P square. Now here W is the self weight per unit length of chain, L dash is the length of chain under sag, P is the force or pull applied on both ends of the chain. Now by solving this equation, we will get L dash in bracket WL dash whole square upon 24 P square. Now when we multiply the self weight by the length of the chain, we can get the total weight of the chain. So it will be equivalent to capital W square into L dash upon 24 P square. Here capital W is the total self weight of chain on L dash length. Now this is the correction due to sag, and its nature will be negative. Now it is the correction due to single sag. Now we have to compute the correction due to n number of sags. Now if there will be n number of sag, then correction due to n number of sag will be equivalent to n into correction due to one sag, that is L dash W into L dash whole square upon 24 P square. Now by rearranging this, we can get NL dash into WL dash whole square upon 24 P square. Now by taking the L dash in n number of times, then it will be equals to capital L dash, and the remaining formula will be same, that is WL dash whole square upon 24 P square. Now for getting the exact equation, we need to multiply in numerator by n square and by denominator in n square. So we will get L dash into W into NL dash whole square upon 24 P square N square. Now after solving this whole equation, we will get correction due to N seg. It will be equivalent to W square L dash upon 24 P square N square, and its nature will always be negative. So we had computed correction due to single seg, that will be equals to capital W square into small l dash upon 24 P square, and its nature is negative, and correction due to n number of segs will be equals to capital W square into capital L dash upon 24 P square N square, where n is the number of sacs and capital L dash will be equals to total length of chain in all sacs. Okay student, that is all about the correction due to sag. Now we can move to the next correction, that is correction due to mean sea level. Now, if distance between 2 points is measured along the undulated ground surface, then it always comes greater than the actual distance between 2 points, which is along the actual surface of Earth, that is MSL. Now, the actual surface of the Earth will correspond to the mean sea level, which is shown here like this. But the ground surface will be at some height from the mean sea level, that is at h height. So the ground surface will be like this. Now if we want to measure the distance between 2 points, that is A and B, so the exact distance between these 2 points is at the mean sea level, but it is impossible to measure the distance between 2 points at mean sea level. So we will measure the distance on the ground surface, and it will be equals to capital L, but it will be greater than the actual distance, that is capital D. So we need to apply here correction due to mean sea level, and we had computed the larger distance, so the correction will be of negative nature. Now here this is the center of the Earth. So the distance of MSL from the center of the Earth is radius of the Earth, which is shown here by R, and the angle formed at the center is theta. Now from the concept of sector of circle, we know that theta is equals to arc upon radius. Now here arc will be equals to D and radius will be equals to R. So we can write here theta equals to D upon R, or we can write it as L upon R plus H. Okay, now we will use these two equations, that is D will be equals to LR upon R plus H. Now we can take R as common from numerator and denominator, so we will get D is equals to R in bracket L upon R in bracket 1 plus H upon R. Now from R to R it will cancel out, and we will get the value of D as L into 1 plus H upon R to the power minus 1. Now by binomial expansion we will get the value as L in bracket 1 minus H upon R plus H square upon R square, and so on. As compared to H, the value of R will be very high, because the value of H is in meter, that is 100 meter, 200 meter, 300 meter, but the radius of Earth is very high, that is 6370 kilometer. So the ratio of H square upon R square will be very less. So we will neglect these values. Okay, and we will get this value from the binomial expansion. Now after solving this, we will get D is equals to L minus LH upon R. Now we know that correction due to mean sea level will be equals to L minus D. On putting the value of D here, we will get the correction due to mean sea level equals to LH upon R, and its nature is always negative. That is all about the nature of error in chaining. Thank you very much, students.